Okay. Now we're going to begin a little bit more of a game plan without writing a business plan. Because in order to find solutions, you must find problems first. Because otherwise you're just throwing money around, and that's not what we're up to. Okay, so we've got HOR, which is House of Representatives, the Senate. We've got governors, and then we've got mayors. And then within that experience, you have those sub-particles, sub-people within the mayor system, like your county commissioner and things like that, right? So everybody has their own jobs. So what you need to do is you need to write down your list of concerns for each town. This is how it has to happen. What do you see? You were voted in for a reason because you said you were going to do certain things. What do you see in your town? And you need to take like a week or two to see what's not working in the town. And I don't mean BLM bullshit. You know what? We got homeless people living on the street. Reynolds Street's got a warped street. Stuff like that. What in in my town is why are all the businesses closing? So there's an economic concern. So really, actually, what we should have is listed categories. So roads, education, economics, jobs, homeless, right? Now you see that that's education, roads, economics, jobs, homeless, but you also want to, healthcare maybe? There's an umbrella, so that the umbrella is gun control, is for federal, right? Like it's the big picture of choices and decisions, and then healthcare, right? You see the difference? All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to see within your town, because your town in California of LA is different than the town in Georgia. It's confusing right now because they're all up to no good. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do your research on the education, which you're going to host a town forums for each one of these. You can add, you can add things, but these are the main ones, right? We even can just focus on those first off. Right now, I'm just kind of like a little bombarded, but that's what we're starting with. And then you're going to say, well, test scores, because test scores are important. However, test scores every section and every 3 months is not important. You know, I need some people from the old days to come back and do some of these educational town meetings, and I want you to reinitialize your old ways of teaching. County roads commissioners, the economic status, like you need to take a look at the books. What's working, crime rate too, by the way, crime rate. And that would include your police, right? And then you need to look at your funding. And then you would look at the jobs to no jobs ratio, meaning your unemployment. And then take a look at your homeless and stuff, right? So you have a whole list of things. Not working, not working, not working, not working, not working, not working, not working. Then we're going to go up the chain of command to the mayor. And the mayor, alongside of these folks, will likely start coming up with solutions. The people that eventually agree to the organizations, or let's say just focus on education for a minute. For education, you're going to get paid if you decide to reinstate education. And then when you've done that, then all 52 states now, which I think we should actually take Mexico and divide it up into 3 or 4, maybe more, but right now it's like 4 or 5, so that the person can do like little segments of Mexico, and then it all be like that, right? And then all these folks would come together to discuss education, right? A lead, and then create a curriculum, and then you can be malleable around the curriculum for your kids. And then ultimately, in the long run, of course, your parents will be involved, because it's all malleable, but there is needing a foundational piece, so we're all on the same page. What the hell does even the governor do? The governor is going to monitor. He's involved in all of this too, by the way. So you want to take a look at this, right? Your mayor becomes a governor, your governor becomes HOR, your HOR becomes Senate. If you're working together, then you're getting a promotion, and then it's easier for transition for us as a society to evolve the things that we've learned in the previous thingy-bob. Versus, you know this, and you know this, and you know this, and you know this, and you know this. Well, I kind of know this. This is like me asking Sam's if I can do shopping and then work at the front and a cashier line. However, they said no. But technically, if I would have been able to do all those things within Sam's, I would have been a well-rounded leader within the company of Sam's. However, they don't want me to succeed like that. Trying to figure out what the governor is going to do. I guess the governor would, and their team, I'm looking. Prioritize the concerns on a state level for what gets passed up through. Meaning they're going to see all of these different things, right? And I'll need to take a look at what the governor does. And this is an addition, likely. I still don't know what you do. Yeah, I guess you would do like, I'm like looking. I'm like, what the hell do you do? The governor is the whole state. Okay, so it kind of would look like this. The mayors would come together, and then the mayors would report to the governor the major money stuff, the big stuff, right? Like to be that chain of command kind of thing. And then the governors come together. And then from there, we can prioritize state to state to state to state to state. And then they can work on healthcare. So examples would be, as a state, they're working with healthcare. So a good governor might be a doctor or a dentist. So healthcare can be associated, or not healthcare, governor can be associated with like state concerns, water. So it's like specific concerns that deal with the whole state. Right? This one's a little harder for me because I'm trying to see what a state concern, documentation for new and incoming professionals. Like when I went from state to state as a hygienist. Oh, that would be good too. So I think the number one thing for them would be like healthcare, water supply and demand, in and out. Shortages, corporate America, small business, intermingled. That's intermingled, small business to corporate America intermingled. Jobs as well is one thing that governor would look at. And they have a major responsibility. They have a whole state. Now, when you come together as governors, you also want to take a look at what this state is dealing with, and this state is dealing with the same problem. How are they handling it? Well, I like the way they're doing that. We're going to try that, y'all. But by doing this, you're also familiar with the way Washington State and North Carolina are doing their thingies, meaning one day you might move to Washington. And now you can continue on the legacy of possibility within Washington State, meaning you have more freedom around your career, etc. Then we move up to the HOR. Looking at what the HOR does. Federal stuff. So HOR and Senate are more federal. So we all know that the president only makes the final decision. However, the HOR and the Senate are the ones that really make the decisions. So we're turning it into two subcategories, I guess. Meaning nothing gets passed unless the HOR says it is. That's what most people don't even realize. So you all pointing fingers at Donald Trump, it's like dumb. He literally is just the face. However, he was like really doing shit. He's like the liaison of keeping people in line and then making relations in positive ways with other countries to keep peace. Okay? So the Senate is also working with the governors because they're, are they regions? No, the states, the region, the Senate. Oh, you're more federal, like generalized, right? Learning to commingle within states, laws. I don't know, I'm getting a little stuck on this one. It's more federal concerns. So these are federal, like we already have some federal laws and stuff. Okay. You would be military. You would be corporate. You would be financial. So everybody's financial, but this just came up for me. Federal, which would be FBI, CIA, not CIA, Border Patrol. Parks and Rec. And laws associated with earth, nature. You're also running the governor and the mayors. So you're technically a president within a smaller organization. You get that, right? But you better be humble about it because it ain't that big a deal. And then the HORs, it's like cool because it's like there's a lot more of the House of Representatives than there are the Senate. And I forget how many there are. But then you funnel in your decisions into the House of Representatives who make the decision because there's a lot of them based on the amount of people per state, I think. I think that's what they do. The electoral vote, right? You know what that means, right? Most of them don't even know what that means. It's like so dumb. So you're ultimately like making decisions based on what these people are up to. You know that, right? But like, what are you going to do for the rest of your time besides have meetings? I mean, it could be public relations. So these people are public relations. Everybody makes such a big deal about all this stuff. This is literally a business. I would say they're like researchers too, right? They're researchers, they're public relations, they're people. They have the big picture at heart. And then I'll have to do some research on what exactly they do because they'll be doing those as well. Does that make sense? They're also monitors, I would say. They're monitors. They monitor that people are doing what they say they're doing. Okay, I'm going to go check on the mayor of Hampton Roads and see if they're really up to what they say they're up to. That makes sense. Not in a bad way either. If you're doing the right thing, it won't matter. It's like, oh, hey, I just want to check and see if you need any assistance. And then sometimes when this person in the HOR comes to see, so it's like human resources. It's almost like the government's human resources, which is really cool because then you can really analyze all that. Beep, 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 boop. And then we have our judicial branch. Which you're going to be super busy when all this is like, you got to think fast. We need to get that one lady out. She's a psychopath. The judicial branch knows the laws. They know it inside out. They know what doesn't work and what does. And they're really good at reading people. And they execute. They're not afraid to execute. Because we are going to be executing. And we're not going to let them sit in the jail cell for 10 to 15 to 25 to 35 before they get executed. It's like if you get a death sentence, you get death sentence within a week. And I'm not talking about the ones that are already in jail. However, those will be executed, the ones that are not good, because the people in jail are going to tell us. And then it's like, next, clean house, make room. And then the president and myself will be monitoring all of it in a big puffy cloud of monitorization, of assisting you when you need assistance, hosting meetings, hosting CE courses, noting that it is your government's. However, there's laws and rules. And we call you out when things aren't working. Because it's a little like learning how to lead in the sense of, okay, well, this is your idea, but I'm going to tell you this. This is how it has to happen. Because I can tell you right now that's not going to work. And then I'm going to give you this, and this. Trump, what do you think about that? Because he's like the money guy. He knows all about money. Because money is a priority. I mean, it has to be the number one priority because what does money do for homeless people? It gets them fed, it gets them assistance, it gets them housed. We attempt to bring all the Section 8 people off Section 8. And some people will be prosecuted for that. They're evil. Let's see, the child. And then we're kind of going off branch, but there's, you know, there's in the mayor system, there's child abuse, and there's different organizations like that too. So as you know, there's a lot. However, it's really not a lot, but it is a lot because everybody's going to be doing their jobs of like movement of action, not just conceptual stuff. No more foster homes. We're going to do orphanages because foster homes do not work. And then I'm going to monitor them, the foster homes. I'm not the foster homes, the orphanages. And the senator actually will also assist, and the HOR will also assist in the orphanages. I'm not sure how many we need, but we'll be exploring that, won't we? And then I'll be doing videos to promote their well-being and as if I'm their mom. I'm your mommy. Hey, mommy. Hey, babes. Hey, babies. I love you. And then, you know how the wife of the president reads books? Well, I'll be reading books. We'll have videos. They'll have like direct conversation like this. And we will be mom and grandpa. That's Donald. And then you guys can be uncles. And we'll show them. And you don't even have to do much. But you better like kids. And then it really becomes amazing. And then we grow children into replacements for us so we can go golfing and know that they are ready for success. And I'll be so proud. Yay! I'm so proud of my kids. I'm so proud. And then we'll be like, did you hear? Did you see? Did you do? Which one's that? Oh, yeah, oh, gosh, I cannot believe that. I'm so proud. And then the whole energy of the world uplifts. Anyway, that's another version of the sub plan for the business plan for the United States of America. It's very, very doable.